Hey y'all, welcome to Cymone's Corner, where we talk about everything love, dating, and really just pop culture over here. So today we're going to be talking about the 2025 VMAs. I watched, it was interesting. I haven't watched the VMAs in like years. So we're going to talk about everything from performances to fashion and everything in between. So make sure you go ahead, like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can watch more of me. Sometimes I do my makeup while I get ready, but today I just decided to go ahead and pre-do it. I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt, so I wanted to do something a little different, fun, funky, fresh, all the things. So go ahead, like I said, like this video, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and talk about the VMA fashions, because that's like my favorite part. So the host of the VMAs this year was LL Cool J. I thought the timing was weird when LL would come out. He was very active towards the beginning of the show, but as the show progressed, he was not as active. So we didn't get like a ton of outfits, but nonetheless, we're going to talk about it. Now, if we are going to go ahead and include his red carpet look, honestly, I give him 0 out of 4. I know. I was just very confused. Like, does he have a stylist? If he has a stylist, like, what were they going for? Why is he wearing pleather with sequin hoodies? I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Never. I'm gonna have them showing on the screen at some point just so you can see, but he went 0 for 4. No sir, no sir. Outfits terrible. Cool host. I mean, he didn't really like, he wasn't super funny. He was very LL, but like older LL. It was giving like NCIS LL. Was he even on that LL? On NCIS? I'm not sure, but that's what it was giving. It was giving like, maybe, sorry if you can hear the dog. I don't know, he getting mad at me because I'm recording. Like, sir, you ain't have to be here. Anyway, but yeah, so outfits 0 out of 4. I don't know what his stylist was thinking. They completely missed the mark. Anyway, moving on, my top like best dressed women, I think I did like 5. So number 1, Alandria from Love Island. Oh my gosh, the red, the hair, the makeup, the glowy skin, tens. I feel like with her being so petite, like not only is she thin, but she is short, but her outfit was so beautiful and it looked so, it made her look like she was like 6 feet. Her body was so elongated, the flowy red, it looked beautiful with her skin tone, the entire styling from top to bottom, it was so beautiful. Next, Paris Hilton. Now, Paris Hilton's red carpet outfit was okay, very pedestrian, but her outfit when she was presenting with the black and the chains and the stockings, it was so cute, so pretty. I get so tired of seeing like the same trends, and not even just trends, but the same types of outfits, the same types of nakedness. I'm not a fan of that. So I thought the way that her black with the silver chains, it's been done before, but it kind of had a uniqueness to it and it was very fitting for her body type. So I loved it. It was one of my top looks of the night. Another look that I loved was Doja Cat's red carpet look. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it was going on with the whole 80s theme like of the night. Like, is this a new trend we're stepping into? I'm not really sure. However, it was so camp, it was so cute. I love the blue, the yellow, the argyle. I'm an argyle girl. I love the big hair with the red lipstick. It was very 80s, but it wasn't 80s like tacky, so to speak. It was so cute, so pretty, perfect fit, and she looked amazing in it. Next, Zara Larsson. I know I was just talking about the nakedness, but gotta give tins where tins is due. The color and like the mermaid and beachy kind of theme, it was so pretty, right? Like I just would catch myself going on Twitter and just staring at it. Like her outfit was so pretty. Like it's the only word that I could use to describe it, was pretty. I mean, 10s again, another 10. And then Ariana Grande. Now, we know that Wicked for Good is coming out in November, so I'm assuming this was, and I think she just released like the tickets for her going on tour. So apparently, obviously, she's like getting geared up for all of that. And of course, La Roche did his big one. Now, I think I saw like 4 outfits from her too. Maybe it was just 3. No, I think it was 4. And I liked 3 of the 4. Her red carpet look, the polka dots, and like the fit, it was so cute. And she is very, very thin. So making her not look overwhelmed and stuff, like outfits that give her shape, it definitely is an art. And Law did his biggest one with that. I thought it was just so pretty. The polka dots, it was very simple, and I feel like as the night went on it got even better. So I love that look. Also, I loved I didn't like her second look so much. I think that was the outfit that she presented Mariah Carey, and I wasn't a fan of that. No, I think she had 3 looks. And then the third look was like this pink tulle tutu-ish. It gave very much Galinda from Wicked. It was so cute, and obviously she's a pretty girl, but I can just appreciate the thought that Law put into these outfits, because you can definitely tell that they're gearing up for this press tour for Wicked. And if this is the soft launch into it, I cannot wait to see what more is coming up next. So 10s to her, 10s to Law, because we love Law. And then next, Brittany Snow. Now, there was like a lot of gold in this VMAs. Like, it seemed like it was also trendy this year. But I think whoever did it best was Brittany Snow. I think she looked so clean cut. It was very beautiful. Her hair, the styling, the simplicity of the dress, but just enough shininess and texture to make it look wow. She looked so pretty. That's why she is in my top best dress for women. So that is all for the women. Let's go ahead and get into the men. First up, Nick from Love Island, Nicolandria. He was wearing Laquan Smith, also styled by the Risemans, Matthew and Reginald, who also styled Alandria. Wow, that black silk satin, the lapels on him. I love like men's in like 70 wear, so you'll see there is a little trend in my best dress for men, but Nick looked amazing. The only thing that I wish was a little better was that maybe if he was able to stay steamed. His outfit started like wrinkling up, which understandable, he was doing a lot of movement. But regardless, the outfit looked amazing. Even when he decided to take off the jacket, like the blazer, to wear it to the VMAs after party. 10s, it looked so good. All right, so next was Ricky Martin. Oh my gosh, 50 years old. I think he's over 50 actually. He looked phenomenal. I'm not sure when he cut his hair short, but in his older age, I feel like the short hair actually de-ages his face, but the outfits were on point. They were very simple. I know the VMAs are not like the Grammys, the Oscars, so you know, technically you don't have to be as dressed up as you would be to go to an event like an award show. Well, the VMAs are an award show, but you get what I'm saying. There's levels. But Ricky Martin looked so casual yet sleek. It was a perfect mixture of casual, but the fabrics looked expensive. He looked expensive even though he was like dressed down, so to speak. I loved his outfits. Next, Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler in the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. Oh, so good. He has a signature style of dress. The scarves, the all black, the suits, the long pants, the flared pants. It looked so good. His outfit was great. And then last but not least, Conan Gray. When he performed, I didn't know who this man was, but the outfit, the Sleeping Beauty prints kind of thing, the outfit was tea. It was so good. It was tailored like perfectly, and I loved it. So that's it for my best dressed men and women this year at the VMAs. So let's go ahead and get right into the show. All right, so when the show started, it started off, of course, LL Cool J while he was hosting, and then he got interrupted by Doja Cat. Nene said it best.
Okay. Whatever that means.
I watched her performance and I was like, Doja danced like Doja. She sounded like Doja, although I'm not sure if she was singing live. I have a feeling she was rapping live and maybe they like lowered her vocals for the singing. I don't really mind that. Let me say this. I don't mind lip syncing if you're giving us a performance. Her performance was also 80s based. It was cool. The song is good. I am not sure why she didn't release this song before summer ended. I think she has an album coming out, but honestly, this song sounded like it could have been a summer song, right? Like how her and the SZA, I feel like it's something, that song was like a bop of the summer a few years ago. I feel like this song had all the potential to do that. The performance was cute. It did not wow me, and I feel like Doja is very artistically inclined. She kind of reminds me of the Katy Perry's and the Lady Gagas, and where they think theatrically, and there was a theatrical component, but it was not as wowing as I personally would have liked to see, but it was cool. I would say if I had to rate the performance, I would give it like 3 stars, 3 out of 5 stars. All right. Next we had Gaga winning her award. Gaga is Gaga. The outfit was cool. It was very Gaga. It wasn't like anything that I was like, oh, drop dead gorgeous, stunning, wow, but it was like, okay, that's cute, right? Like, it was cute. It was like, I'm not even gonna say it was pedestrian for Gaga because we know she had her whole I don't want to say Jolene, maybe whatever that album was called. She had her pedestrian era when she was like in A Star Is Born and stuff, and it was cool. So this is not pedestrian by any means, but it was okay. Outfit was cool. The next performer was Lila Young. Love her beautiful voice, love her music. She is so cool. The mic was on, okay? The mic was on. She was singing. The only thing is I wish we got more of her style at the VMAs. She was dressed very casual, but I love it when she dresses like Fashion Nova trailer chic. Like, I'm gonna show you, this is how she normally dresses, and this is how she dressed for the performance. It was cool, and let me not even say normally. I like how she dressed in her videos, and I wish they would have put more thought into her outfit, and I wish she would have just dressed how she dresses when it comes to her videos, because she is just starting off. She's starting to make it big in the United States. I think this was her first performance in the US at an award show or anything like this that's being televised. So I would have loved if she would have been able to show more of her personal style, but regardless, the voice is there, the mic was on, the song was great, so I loved it. Anyway, like, if anything, she is, I don't even know what to say. Like, I love her. That's it. Soon after that, we saw a Burger King commercial, and it was a commercial with Ace, and I was like, cool, like, good for him. But I do have a problem. If you saw my last video, it was talking about the Love Island reunion and Ace at the Speedy interview, and how it just made me completely think differently of Ace, and I'm no longer a fan. But that does not stop me from being happy for other people's successes, right? Like, that's an amazing thing that he is doing great things, especially at such a young age. And I heard national commercials get paid very well, so good for him. But also, even on the red carpet, this man was dancing. When he was dancing before Love Island, he was on his own terms. He was teaching his classes to all these different people. It was awesome. It was cool. We watched for his comedy, like his commentary, but also we were watching for everybody else that was participating. However, when you take yourself out of that and you dance it on interviews and Burger King commercials, it gets to a point where it is shucking and jiving.
Oh, gon' shuck and jive, I'm gon' shuck and jive, I'm gon' get on down and tap dance, I'm gon' shuck and...
It gives minstrel show. It's starting to become problematic if it continues into the year 2026, and I definitely know something, because I did, you know, my tingly senses started going off during that Speedy interview when he was talking about, you know, I choose not to think about racism and race playing into things. I refuse to be a victim, da 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 da. And not saying that anybody should want to be a victim of racism, but race plays a major part in a lot of American culture. It is what historically our system was built upon. And just hearing him say that and now watching him shuck and jive, it is very, very interesting, and I want to see if it continues. Give me a moment. This dog is getting on my dang on nerves, snoring, and if y'all could hear him, it's annoying me. So I'm about to dip one out and get him out. All right, and I am back. Kick that little nigga out. He was getting on my nerves. Anyway, next was the Ricky Martin performance. So great. The energy, the singing, the dancing, the lights, the set. That is a performance, right? When I watch the VMAs, this is what I want to see. Okay, bring us back. He did phenomenal. It was, I freaking loved it. Now I was wondering, he still got the restraining order from his nephew? Sometimes I be wondering, like, do I still stand him? You know, I grew up listening to Ricky Martin. You know, living La Vida Loca. I think we all know La Vida Loca. So, yeah, he still got that thing on his nephew. I mean, I know y'all heard, but his nephew was accusing him of being in a relationship with him. And then he served him a restraining order. Yeah. Is that still going on? Now, Ricky Martin denies it. I tend to believe all victims. I have not done my research, so I'm gonna err on a side of caution and say we still love Ricky Martin, but there, you know, where there's smoke, there may be fire. That's all I'm saying. All right. Next, Jessica Simpson gave to present an award. She looked amazing. Face snatched, body tea. I was like, what's going on with you, Jessica? Did she get some work done? I mean, no harm, no foul if she did. I don't judge, but this was like, something looked a little different in the face. Didn't look bad though. She looked really good. Also, I can't see Jessica Simpson without thinking chicken of the sea. Is it chicken or fish?
Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken.
I know it's tuna, but is it chicken or is it fish? Yeah, so anytime I can use that, I was gonna use it. So hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Actually, I don't think she gave an award. I think she was introducing Tate McRae. Lord, wow. I have seen some of her music videos. I've heard her music here and there. Of course, I saw that little trend on TikTok where they dance and she in her underwear and stuff. Anyway, I thought the songs were cute. I think her music is cute, but it just was like, wow, what a performance. The guys at Statues, I was watching with my husband, and he was like, are those real people? And I'm like, yes, babe. Those are real men that they kind of spray painted with like silver slate, like body paint. I was like, yeah, those are real. But the male dancers, the aesthetic, the fire, the black sand, and it was amazing. It was such a great performance. That is a performance that I would probably go back and watch. Here and there, I'll have my spurts where I like to go and watch live performances, because music is great, live performances are amazing. So here and there, I just get the little itch where I want to go and watch live performances. So that is one that I definitely will go back and revisit. It was amazing. Also, something about it, it just gives, like, why is she not bigger than she is? Is it because we don't have like the wet skills anymore? Do we need like the Charlotte Roosters back? Forever 21s, may they rest in peace. Is that why she's not as big? I don't know. I feel like something is going wrong because she is phenomenal. I know she was on a tour, and I think Zara Larson, is that her? I don't know if she opened up for her. Maybe it was Addison Rae something, but I believe she was just on tour not too long ago. I could be getting these white women wrong. If I am, my bad. But I feel like she should be bigger than what she is. But if anything, this performance, hopefully it continues to propel her because it was great. All right, next was Busta Rhymes and his performance. I think it was called like Rock the Bell Visionary. It was like a new category. It was almost like another Lifetime Achievement Award, and it was cool. I will say I was, you know, rocking because we all know Hello Busta. When I could hear it, the amount of bleeps, I'm like, Busta, you ain't practice. Just you know, da 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 da, and like everybody on muting yourself. Like, it was hard to listen to because it was silent. There were so many pauses because of him cussing, and I just was like, okay. The outfits, oh my gosh, somebody on Twitter said it reminded them at SpongeBob when he was performing with his band. And so funny, but yet so true. But you know what, I let it be. Busta is Busta. We leave it be. Papoose performed with him. I thought that was a choice. I know he was on the song, but so was Remy Ma. So Busta choosing to have Papoose show up and sing his verse but not Remy Ma was a choice. But Remy got a lot going on. Remy is always going to be that girl. They say I shot my friend over a band. Imagine what I do to I can't stand Remy Ma over here. She is bad about it. But yeah, I thought that was a choice to have Papoose there, and I know Clarissa was going crazy. Have thoughts about her. Keeping to myself. Anywho, and then there was another guy. I may be too young to know who he is, but I was like, okay, cool. Then Glorilla showed up, and I was so confused. Glorilla with Busta Rhymes, and I think she even younger than me. She know Busta songs. It was very interesting. And then before he even shouted out Glorilla, he shouted out Yo Gotti. So like, was this like a favor to Yo Gotti? Also, her outfit for the red carpet was cute, but I noticed something I ain't never noticed before. Now I don't know if she has always had this, but I feel like I ain't seen it before. I did not know she had leg tattoos. And then I looked a little closer on the leg tattoos, and she has like the Illuminati symbol with an eye and Baphomet. I said, not glory, hallelujah, Jesus. I pray he comes into her heart. She makes him her Lord and Savior. Because why? Is that why she's always wearing pants? Maybe? I don't know. It just stirred me a lot. That performance was interesting. Oh, I forgot to give my ratings. If I had to go back, like I said, Doja, I gave her 3 out of 5 stars. Lil Young, 4 out of 5 stars. She was great. She did what she could do. Ricky Martin, 5 out of 5 stars. Tate McRae, 5 out of 5 stars. Busta Rhymes, I would give this performance 3 out of 5 stars. Had the hits. One thing that I could appreciate, but I didn't. There were certain performances where they tried to do different camera angles and like all that kind of stuff, but it just wasn't hitting. Like, I give them an A for effort. You know, the creativity was there, but the execution was not. Maybe if that was a little better, maybe I could have bumped the score up on that, but I gotta give them 3 out of 5. Like, so sorry about it. Soon after that, Sabrina Carpenter went. I know she has another album that either just came out or is about to come out. It was interesting. Again, that's where I'm like, is this whole 80s thing a trend? She came out 80s New York with the queens. I noticed some RuPaul's Drag queens and Honey Balenciaga outfits and stuff. It was cool. Sometimes it just be like, does it take all that? Now, I can appreciate production, right? That picture she has when after she gets wet and she turns around, like, so cute, so Britney, Christina, like, it gave that, but the song didn't give that. So it just was like not a great mesh. And I've seen some of her other performances and like I like them. This just was not, something wasn't clicking. The sound, like, she sounded great, but I don't know, something was just missing from this performance. Maybe it could have been like a different song. Maybe I would have appreciated more. The song wasn't bad, it didn't need what all she gave. So I have to give it a 3 out of 5 if I'm being quite honest. All right, next, Lotto and Ice Spice came. I will say Ice Spice, she looked good, but everything looked cheap, right? Like her hair looked cheap. The outfit looked cheap. Like it looked like she was wearing Fashion Nova and Beauty Supply synthetic half and half wig. And like, I know she has the coin, and I feel like if they would have maybe it could be an expensive outfit, it could be a designer, it could be luxury, but it just, something about it looked very cheap. And I wish something else had been done, but that's her style. Lotto was given very much Mariah, okay? And when I say Mariah, note that I mean Carrie. If you ever are referring to another Mariah, name them, don't name Mariah Carey. Anyway, her outfit gave very much the emancipation of Mimi. It was cute. It was cute. Also, we had so many Frankie Grande jump scares. Yikes. I mean, I'm a Big Brother fan, so I will never look at Frankie as Ariana's brother. I look at Frankie as Frankie Grande. There's a lot of jump scares. He just be doing stuff. Frankie just be doing stuff. His outfit just be doing stuff. The makeup just be doing stuff. Himself just be doing stuff. Lots of Frankie jump scares. Next was Cat's Eye. They won an award for their song. I like their song, super cute. I love the idea of the group together, the different ethnicities, nationalities, but giving K-pop, but they're not Korean. I don't think they're all Korean. I love Cat's Eye. And also them bringing their purses, real. Bringing their purses on stage to accept their award was very real, and it gave very much Pink Pantheress. They is not leaving a bag nowhere. And I don't blame them, but also, sweetheart, you in a nice place. I don't think anybody is coming to take from you at the VMAs. But I can respect, you know, carrying their purses on them. So next we had Mariah. Love her down. The performance was very Mariah. It was grand. She didn't move much. It looked like she had on 2 fajas. Okay? But the body was snatched. The outfit was gold. It was good. She looked amazing. I didn't think she was lip syncing. People online were saying she was lip syncing, but guess what? If she was, I don't care. I don't care. She looked great, and the performance was giving. The music was so good, and I loved it. And she was very real. VMAs, why hasn't she received any other video music awards? Very weird, very odd. Anyway, still loved it. All right, next was Lady Gaga. Shout out to her, because to go from the Video Music Awards, accept an award, show up at, I believe she was on the red carpet too, and to right after she received her award, go to Madison Square Garden to perform. Wow, the girl is working. The mic was on. Of course, she's always going to give production. She's going to give live vocals. She's going to give dance. She's going to give everything. And I thought the performance was great. The set was beautiful. It was very much Lady Gaga. It was like, what more do you expect? How much more can she give artistically? And she always gives. It was great. Next was Alex Warner. My husband had interesting thoughts about his voice. I had never heard him before. I saw he was nominated for an award. Obviously watched the performance. I thought the band was really good. I thought that the set looked very nice with the plants and them all in white and singing about an angel and he's in the black, and I thought it was great. He just very much sounded like a contemporary Christian artist, right? Like, to me, he sounded like he could have been on like Elevation, Maverick City. To me, that's what his voice gave. It was a cool performance. Mariah, her performance, I would have given it 4 out of 5 stars. I want to give her 5 just because I love her, but also I know she was so snatched that she couldn't really do much, so I won't give her the full 5s, but in my heart I'm giving her a 5. In reality, I'm giving her a 4. Lady Gaga, I would give it a 4 out of 5. It was amazing. It was cool. I feel like for her second song, she maybe could have chosen another one that would have given like the same energy as Abracadabra, but she did not. That's the only reason why I'm not giving her 5 stars. And then Alex Warner, I'll give him a 3 out of 5. Just because I felt like there was not as much performing, right? The set was nice. He sounded great. The dancers were dancing, but I feel like there just could have been more. Next was the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. That guy, couldn't find out his name was Young Blood. I said, is he well? Does he need prayer? Something about him was just off. The screaming, he sounded great. He sounded like an amazing screamo artist, and then he started singing and it just did not hit for me. Whoever was playing that guitar, snaps to them. They were playing the hell out of that guitar. It sounded amazing. But then also I just was very it's always fascinating to me because Ozzy Osbourne, I know my husband tells me that apparently on his deathbed he gave his life to Christ and all that, but we know he lived a very wild life. We know Ozzy was a wild man, even if it was for the sake of performance. So having his tribute be set with like a cathedral backdrop and a cross in the middle of the stage was, I was confused. I was extremely confused. Shout out to Steven Tyler. He was breaking down. I felt so bad. I have never lost a friend. Like, I've never had a friend pass away, but my child passed away. So I can't, you know, I don't ever hope to know what it's like to, you know, have a friend pass away. Maybe not until we good and old, but I just can't imagine what that grief is like. But, you know, knowing how I felt losing my son, even though I know it's not comparable at all, I just, you know, felt for him because I know what grief is like and having to show up. I don't know about showing up in that public of a stage, but I just can't imagine what that is like for him. And what I did experience even on my own level was, I wish to never experience it again. So shout out to him for even doing that for his dear friend. All right, next, J Balvin, hits. We know he has the hits. Sounded good. Set was cute. But there were certain parts in the set that I just was like I get it, but like maybe I don't see the vision, right? Like, you had like a New York street and you had the bodegas and you had the butters on stage. Not even butters, but he had one butter on stage, and I just was a little confused, a little I didn't understand. It was still cool. Also, that was another thing I was seeing a lot of, was like a lot of New York in New York, and like it's so played out, especially for the VMAs. Like, we get it, the VMAs, sorry, my eyes watering. Like, we get it, the VMAs are taking place in New York City, but it just became extremely repetitive and just like, why not do something else? Like, does it have to be set in a city. Y'all couldn't have done anything else. Y'all couldn't have thought bigger. You know, where is J Balvin from? You could have done something like from what is local to you. Is J Balvin even from New York? It just was repetitive, and at that point it was very tiring, and I just was over it. If I had to rate the Ozzy tribute, I would give it a 4 out of 5 stars. They sing well, band played well, they were performing. I thought they could have done some different set choices. That's why I didn't get the 5 stars for me. J Balvin, I hate to say it, I gotta give it a 3 out of 5. It was pedestrian. Yeah, average. It could have been better.
That's my opinion!
That's my opinion. All right, now I may be missing some performances just because some of these people, I don't know, I didn't know them too well. Megan Maroney, great gowns, beautiful gowns. The voice sounded good, but I can never rock with her the long way. I remember her and Shabuzi presenting and her talking about the Carters were the first family in country music, and it's like that's not true. Not the white Carters. Like, that's just simply untrue, and I feel like she truly believes that. So I could never give her 10s. Great gowns, beautiful gowns. I would give her performance 2 out of 5 just because I don't like her. Anyway, next, Samba, whatever his name was, said, wow, R.I.P. Forever 21, Charlotte Roos, what's new, bye-bye, you were bigger than the whole sky. Wow, his music would have done so well there. It was like perfect mall music. It was perfect pop. It was like the not as great version of Harry Styles music. It was cool. It was a good performance. He was doing a lot, but it was good. You know, he was doing what he knew to do. I would give it a 3 of 5. I feel like it could have been a little more, right? He was doing what he needed to do. Maybe the set, maybe if the band was doing something else, something extra. Also, I may be grading these people on a little bit of a curve because we all know that Cowboy Carter just finished touring this summer. Breezy Bowl is going. Say what you want about Chris Brown, but you can't deny the talent, right? Like, he may be a terrible person, but he's gonna perform. He may be on some stuff. He may be on the, I don't know, allegedly, maybe. Again, I am not saying he is. Don't sue me. Don't be litigious. But he was performing. He's been performing. And we all know Beyonce. Cowboy Carter. Maybe when I heard it, to me, it was her best tour of all time. And I know she's had some great tours. I know even Renaissance was good. Great even, but Cowboy Carter was like a masterclass. So seeing the Cowboy Carter performances and then going to VMAs, that's why I give it up to people like Tate McRae, because wow, what a performance, right? When I'm going to watch live performances, that is something that I want to see. Whatever this guy's name was, Samba, it just didn't give what all it could give. Didn't give. I gotta give it a 3 out of 5. Yeah, I think I said 4. I'm changing it to a 3. Last but not least, Ariana won like best music video of the year. I think that was like the final award, the biggest award, because it's the Video Music Awards. And yeah, so she did go 3 for 4 in my opinion. She did have 4 outfits. The first one, not the second, the third and the fourth outfits. So cute. Yeah, so I think that is all I have to say about the MTV Awards. I really enjoyed it. I liked them being on CBS this year just because it was front and center. It had great marketing. I was so excited to watch. It was long. It had me up past my bedtime on a Sunday night, but I still enjoyed it. So if you like this video, make sure to like this video. In the comments, if you watched the entire thing, leave a moon and like a little spaceman emoji if you made it to this part of the video. So leave that in the comments and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Cymone's Corner, so you can watch more of me as we talk about everything going on in the pop culture world. And you guys stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Love you guys. Bye.